Hey friends, happy Friday, the 13th of August. Happy Superstition Day, y'all. I'll give you a daily reflection. There's readings over on the sidebar. Please read those prayerfully if you haven't yet done so. Then turn off the screen, spend some time with the Lord. Rock Springs announcement. We have Mass at Bunning Park this Sunday, 5 p.m. We're going to cancel Sunday Masses. Please pay attention to the bulletin. Division is so easy, right? Division between our Mass times, division between our buildings, division between our community that speaks two languages and has two cultures. It's important for us to choose from time to time to come together in unity at the one table of the Lord. So please join us, 5 o'clock, Bunning Park, Sunday. Afterwards, the Knights of Columbus are hosting a potluck. So would love to have you join us and be one in the Lord. All right. We have a reading from Matthew's Gospel, and then we have a reading from Joshua in the first reading. Matthew's Gospel, we have Jesus and his teaching about divorce. What's important here is to remember that Jesus is giving a new law. This is akin to earlier in the Gospel of Matthew when Jesus says, you know that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but I say to you, or it was said to you, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy, but I say to you, this is akin to this. Jesus gives a new teaching when it comes to marriage, and then by extension when it comes to sexual ethics. And we know that in 21st century period, but 21st century America, this is hard. I wouldn't be surprised if our thoughts go quickly to the way that this teaching goes wrong. Frankly, for some of us, it might just be a good place to wrestle with this reading in ways that we've experienced it, and it's been a huge pain or burden or curse even to our lives. For others that we don't necessarily agree with this, and we struggle with this, wherever it is that the Lord finds us. What I found as I was praying with this was to be mindful of how when marriage goes well, when it is a blessing, when it is a clear sign of the goodness of God, and people really lean into that grace, in good times and in bad, and are able to love and honor each other every day of their lives. What a powerful symbol that is. What an incredible sign of patient, committed love. One of the things that I see about this sign, the sacrament of marriage, is the way that a spouse clearly knows the weaknesses of their spouse and still loves them, still is faithful to them. There might be those little things, not engaging or, taking care of themselves or walking away. They know their spouse, they know weaknesses, they know strengths, and they know love in the midst of it. And then to speak of that being a sign, that's our sacrament language, that teaches us about God. God who loves us in the midst of our own weaknesses. God who loves us even when we do things that we shouldn't do. God who always is faithful to us. God who loves us and honors us every day of our life. So I suspect that for everybody watching this, that gospel reading from Matthew probably is plenty of things to spark in your own prayerful reflection with God today. I should end it there, but I will give you a brief reflection on Numbers. Read the selection from Numbers. The one question, who's the main character? God. Who are the bit characters? All of the individuals, even the giants of the Old Testament, Moses, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all of them. Who's the prime character? God. What's the challenge for us? Who's the prime character of our lives? We are. Who do we think of first and foremost? Ourselves. To continue to be broken out of that place, to pray for that grace, that it's more about what God is doing in the midst of the human story, to surrender ourselves to this cosmic mission, that it's not all about us and our ups and our downs and the roller coaster, but it is about God. And God doing something great in the midst of the human story. I think that's part of the call of conversion for anybody in an individualistic society. All right, there you go. Plenty, Gospel of Matthew, I think a challenge in the book of Numbers. Read those readings prayerfully, more than anything. Spend time in prayer, spend time in reflection. Happy Friday. Those who work regular work weeks, get some rest. It's a biblical virtue. rest of us, all of us. Let's be praying. Let's be praying for unity. Let's be praying for God's gift and God's blessings on people that are suffering and struggling. Happy Friday, friends.